Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today we are going to be talking about my Contemporary-a-thon TBR. So Contemporary-a-thon is a readathon that is going to be a week long, and it starts on Monday, February 11th and goes through the 17th. And this is being hosted by Chelsea at Chelsea Darling Reads, Julie at Pages and Pens, Natasha at My Reading is Odd, and Melanie from Mel to the Any. So I will have all of their announcement videos linked down below if you guys want to go check it out. And this is one that I've participated in before. I really enjoyed it, and it focuses on reading contemporary books. So this is a perfect time for me to do this because I have quite a few books that are kind of priorities for me to read right now, and a lot of them are contemporary, so it's going to be just the perfect time to knock out a whole bunch of them, and I'm really excited about them. So there are 7 prompts for this, like 7 challenges. You don't have to follow them if you don't want to, but it's just something fun to do, and you can obviously double up on them, you know, try to make as many fit into many categories as you want. I did pick 6 books, 5 physical books and 1 audiobook, so we'll see how it goes. That's pretty ambitious for me. Usually 4 to 5 is, you know, a really, really good readathon for me, but some of these are a little bit smaller, so I think we're going to be able to be pretty successful. So let me go through the challenges with you. Challenge number 1 is to read a contemporary that is your most recently acquired book. So whether that's something you bought, was sent to you, you got it from the library, you got it on audiobook, something that is one of your most recent purchases or most recently received. And for that, I have a review book that I just got in the mail yesterday. So definitely my most recently received. And I actually got this from a Canadian publisher, which is super awesome. So this is called Archibald Full Frontal. Archibald is a really hard name to say. This is by Casey Goldstraw. And again, I got this from a independent Canadian publisher. They asked if I would be interested in reading this, and they actually made it available for me to read the first couple chapters to see if I was interested in. And I read the first couple chapters and I was intrigued enough. I really liked her writing. It was pretty funny, and I kept turning the pages. So I said, absolutely, I will read this whole thing. It's pretty short. It's not a very long book, and it follows a woman who is needing a job, but she doesn't really know where she wants to go in her life. So she ends up becoming kind of a little bit of a companion to an older, very rich man. And he is very difficult, as you can see what's happening on the front there. She's also creating relationships with the other people that are working for this gentleman. So yeah, but what I read, I really enjoyed. So I'm excited to read the whole thing now. Challenge number 2 is a color challenge, and they do this every round where they pick a color and then you have to read a book that has that color on the cover. So for this round, they are going with a color that Natasha coined a while ago when she was going through one of her hair color phases, and she called it blurple. So kind of a mix between a blue and a purple, you know, just a little bit of both in there maybe, or you could pick one or the other, blue or purple. And so that is the color challenge, which I thought was hilarious. And I had the perfect one. This one here. This is The Promise of Stardust by Priscilla Sibley. This is one of the 5-star predictions for me to read that I need to do an update on at the end of March. So I do need to go ahead and get it read, but definitely blurple going on here. There's definitely a mix of blue and purple going on all over the cover. So I'm excited about this one. This is kind of I would say maybe a medical drama where we have a married couple, and I believe the wife goes into a coma and the husband is left trying to decide if he's going to keep her on life support or not. And I think he has some family battles with her family about it because there's a certain reason he wants to keep her going. And then the family saying, but she wouldn't want this. And I think it becomes a big legal thing and all that. So this is probably going to tear up my heartstrings a little bit, I think. But yeah, so I'm excited to read it. Challenge number 3 is to read a diverse contemporary. And for this one, this is going to be the audiobook that I picked. And that is This Is How It Always Is by Lori Frankel. And this is another 5-star prediction for me to read before the end of March. So I'm going to go ahead and knock it out with this one too. And this one follows a young boy who is identifying as a transgender. And he's very young. I think he's like 5 or 6. And kind of how his family is dealing with that and supporting him through that, and people around him, how they're dealing with it and all that. And I've heard incredible things about it, and I've heard it's probably going to make me cry. So we'll see how that goes. Challenge number 4 is a contemporary with either a dark theme, which could be like a thriller or something like that, or something that's very emotional or has like, kind of a dark topic or an emotional topic for you. And for that one, I'm going to go with another review book that I have, and that's The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. And this one is going to be very emotional for me because this is centered around military and a military death in a war zone. So that's going to be hard for me to read about because my husband is in the military. So anything like that is hard for me to read. So for me, this one's going to be extremely emotional, but I do have this one for review and I really want to read it. I've been very excited to get my hands on this one. So I'm going to read that. Challenge number 5 is to read a book that you meant to read in 2018. And that could be any of them. For real. But based on like review books I need to read and 5-star predictions that I need to read, those are kind of my 2 priorities this round. I went ahead and picked one that I received in 2018. So that's kind of how I'm going to go for this one. But that is Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. And I think this one is about a woman who is pretty set and happy in her life until an ex-boyfriend shows up and kind of turns everything upside down. And I've heard amazing things about it. This is a book that Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library gave me for Advent. So I'm excited to read this one. And this is also a 5-star prediction for me as well. Challenge number 6 is to read a contemporary in a non-traditional format. So anything that's not a print book, you could do an ebook, an audiobook, a graphic novel, a book written in verse or prose or, anything like that. So for this one, I'm going to go with the audiobook that I plan to listen to, which is This Is How It Always Is. So I'm doubling up for that one. And challenge number 7 is to read a book that has a picture on the spine. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So you're supposed to just pick a book that has a picture on the spine, whether it's a drawing or, it has like the artwork going around the spine and around the back as well. Anything that's not just text. So for that one, I'm going to go with another review book that I got, and that is 99% Mine by Sally Thorne. And this one has the characters down here. So sorry, it's a little bit ripped. It got ripped up in the mail, but I have the 2 characters down there on the bottom. And yeah, I'm excited to read this. This will be my first Sally Thorne. Now, I've heard mixed things about this one. I've heard it's not as good as The Hating Game, but I haven't read The Hating Game. So it might be better for me to read this first and then read The Hating Game because I do plan to read that this year. I just haven't read it yet. So I'm going to start with this one. So my expectations maybe aren't quite so high. And we'll see how I feel about this. But regardless of how I feel about this one, I do plan to read The Hating Game later on. But yeah, I did get this one from William Morrow, so I'm very thankful for that. And I'm going to go ahead and get it read. My TBR for the Contemporary-a-thon, I'm very excited to participate in this round. Again, I will have all the links down below for you guys to go check out the creators of the readathon if you guys want more information. And let me know if you guys are going to be reading as well. Which one of these should I start out with? I'm very excited to get to all of them. Wish me luck. I will be doing a weekly vlog for this one as well, kind of a wrap-up vlog. So that will be coming like a day or 2 after the readathon is over. So, all right. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you again soon. Bye.